Y'all. So now let's get into some Jennifer Lopez news because she's getting candid about her past relationships, one with Ben Affleck, and then we'll get into the one also with Mark Anthony. So first things first, let's talk about Bennifer. So according to Jennifer Lopez, who I just saw her recently performing overseas at David Guetta. He was doing like a DJ set and she came out and performed. She's out here still healing and reflecting on moments of self-reflection as she experienced after she divorced Ben Affleck in 2024. Lopez, who was 56, appeared on Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes' Monday, June 15th episode of their podcast, Smart Less, to promote her new Netflix romantic comedy, Office Space. The actress and singer briefly touched on a high profile divorce from Affleck, 53, as she mentioned that she has moved into a new home and that everything in my life has changed over the last couple of years. But I wonder what happened to that $60 million mansion that they was having a hard time selling. What's going on with that one? So what happened? Hayes, 55, asked to laughter from Lopez and Hayes' cohorts. That's for a different time, Jennifer responded with a laugh. You come over, we have a glass of wine, you come to the new house. It's amazing. I built my little corner in the world dream house. I got my kids some horses. We have stables. I was like, please come home. Please come back home to your horses. There's horses here. Oh, because she's undergoing empty nest syndrome because the twins are going off to college. She got this house with horses and everything up in there. Now, Lopez said that she has experienced a very emotional time in recent months, in part because her children Max and Oscar, whom she shares with ex husband Mark Anthony, will begin attending college at the end of the summer. She said, I'm also staring down what is my life now. The past 20 years, it's been one thing. The past 5 years has been a tumult. And then the last 2 years has been kind of a healing process from what tumult, where I really got to know myself. The person I am today is so different from the person I was even 2 years ago. It's crazy. And now I can really look at my life, appreciate it for what it is, and what I've created for myself, and be really happy. She also noted that there have been times in her life where she felt like my life blew up in my own face without naming specific moments. It was because of the choices I made, but also understand or recognize that was attracting certain things and attracting a certain type of experience into my life. So I want to give myself that credit too. But there comes a point where it's also puzzling and wrong, where you have to sit there. This is what she said. After my last divorce, I just sat there and I was like, I canceled my tour. And girl, you canceled because nobody was buying tickets. I canceled my tour and sat there and I was like, you just need to fucking figure yourself out. What is going on with you? Forget about everybody else. There's nobody to blame here except yourself in a certain way. Well, oh my word. It took her this long for her to come to this fucking conclusion, sis. We were seeing that in you for years, where you need to slow down and figure out what was going. Slow down, you're moving too fast. It's like you was just going around doing too much and not really taking time to prioritize you. You was busy hopscotching from man to man, couldn't be by yourself, deeply, which to me is a sign of insecurity. But I'm glad that it was like, damn, I've been married 4 times, divorced 4 times. What is going on where it's like, okay, now I gotta sit and with myself and figure out what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? Is it me? Possibly. I do feel like it takes two to tango, but if you can't seem to make a relationship work 2 times, like the man as many times as you've been in a relationship and got married and divorced, then it is time to look at yourself in the mirror. But that comes with age, and with wisdom comes age and all that other stuff. So I feel like she had to hit her rock bottom, and I guess because she couldn't make it work with the man that she sees as her first love, or like the only man that she probably felt physically and emotionally connected to. If you can't make that relationship work, then it's like, damn, what am I doing wrong? It's kind of like, who this reminds me of? And I was thinking about this yesterday too. I feel like Bennifer is similar to what Madonna and Sean Penn was dealing with back in the day. That it was like this strong connection, but very tumultuous for each other. And the smart thing is like, yeah, y'all don't belong. Y'all don't belong in a relationship because you two being together, it's a dangerous combination. So I love the fact that she came to this revelation and was basically like, yeah, the person that she is today. And you would think that as you get older, you evolve and you don't want to be the same person that you were 2 years ago. That 2 years later, that I'm mature, that I've learned lessons, that I'm not the same, person that I was before. And now she's got a lot to deal with. And I'm wondering if she came to these revelations because she's about to be an empty nester. So now it's like you're forced to have to be in these situations where you got to look at yourself. Because now, once the kids go to college, then I guess maybe she could put time and effort into herself and a relationship because for so long she's been go, 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 and she looks great at 56, still looking youthful, still keeping her body right and tight, still out here performing. But now I think it's like once the kids go off to college and they start living their life, now you can start really getting in the bag. And who knows, maybe she can, if she took the time to actually stop being so damn vapid and shallow and superficial, she too can release her own Confessions album. Because Jennifer need one of those type of records instead of just releasing these mid-ass EDM tracks. But that's not the only thing that she had to deal with. Because not only did she reflect a little bit on her relationship with Ben Affleck, she also threw shade at her previous husband before Ben because she was married to Mark before she, was then got with A Rod, was engaged to him. That didn't work out. And then she ended up getting back with Ben. They got married, divorced. But yeah, the other husband, Mark, she threw a little shade at him too. So during an appearance on the same podcast, Smart Less, the Salinas actress got candid about how emotional she's become as her 18-year-old kids prepare to head to college. She said it's crazy, and now I can really look at my life, appreciate it for what it is and what I've created for myself, and be really happy. And both my kids got into all their colleges, and they both got scholarships, and they're going where they want to go. It's just, I was like, you did that ish all by yourself. That's great. Like you had very little help. Which is clearly insinuating that, yeah, Mark has not been in these kids' life. So Jennifer's comments come nearly a month after the Vivi Mi Vida singer, 57, appeared to skip, and I always gotta remember because they got Oscar's dead name up in here. So we gotta, me, I like to respect the pronouns and things. So yeah, Mark didn't go to neither one of the twins' graduation, apparently. He didn't go to Oscar's high school graduation, and they said that Unreal Songstress and her ex Ben Affleck's son Samuel attended the LA ceremony at which Emmy debuted her new name, a new name, Oscar Muniz. I wonder if that was on the diploma. Now, the funny enough, even though she's not with Ben anymore, I do find it really interesting that she's still like the kids have maintained a relationship still. Anthony also wasn't seen at Max's high school graduation ceremony earlier this month. The four-time Grammy winner and the Office romance star were married from 2004 to 2014. They welcomed their twins in February of 2008. In March, Lopez detailed her really tough divorce from Anthony. After my third divorce, that's when I really started getting good at it. the two-time graduate, the two-time Grammy nominee joked during her Las Vegas residency show at the time. Seriously, that's not funny, she continued before explaining that it was actually a really tough time. Lopez said she was really about to give up on it all as she struggled as a single mom for two, then 3-year-old twins. The pop star said she called her mentor Louise Hay, who helped her through the rough time. She said to me, she said to me, Jennifer, you're a dancer, right? I said, yes, I am. And she said, when you're learning a dance and you get the steps wrong, what do? I said, I just keep going until I get the steps right. And she said, that's right, Jennifer. Always keep dancing. The enough actress was married 3 other times to Cuban waiter Ohani Noah, who can't stand her, from 1997 to 1998, dancer Chris Judd from 2001 to 2003, and to Ben Affleck from 2022 to 2025. Now, as we all know, she's currently single, and Mark has a new wife because he wastes no time. He married Nadia Ferreira in 2023 and the 27-year-old model, because those are the only ones that can still push out babies while the old men continue to get older and produce sperm. She is currently pregnant with the salsa hitmaker's eighth kid. So Mark could be out here fucking from time, till the cows come home, raising new babies, but you can't focus on the ones you got. So you don't want nothing to do with them twins. They didn't ask to be born. And so the fact that you are absentee father, which is basically what Kennifer is putting out there, this is sad and this is unfortunate. And it's shocking that I can even that Mark is a damn Virgo. Because the shade is real over in here. I'm like, damn, Kennifer must have really got you up in a situation where you don't even see your own kids. They didn't do nothing to you. They didn't ask to be born. You decided to make them kids with Kennifer. So for you to just ignore them, I do wonder if he's does he partake in all his other children's lives and not just hers. But yeah, this is unfortunate. This is sad, or whatever the case is, in regards of that you have two famous parents, and one of them just don't want to be in your life. But maybe this is a stem from, because remember when Mark got married to his current wife, I do believe that Oscar did not go. I don't even think any of the. I'm not sure if did Max go. I'll have to look that story up. But I do remember that Oscar didn't go to the wedding. So this fledgling relationship, it seems to me like it's been going on for quite some time. And little by little we're just hearing about it based on her addressing it in certain, well, kind of slightly bringing it up in interviews. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of both stories regarding Jennifer Lopez, where she was talking about, throwing a little slight shade at her ex-husband Mark Anthony regarding how she basically raised these kids on her own, well, as a single mom, but of course, it takes a village. So whoever she surrounded herself with, Guadalupe, their grandmother, and so many other members of the family that are probably helping Jennifer out. Because I know some people are like, when you got all this money, you talking about you was struggling. I mean, yeah, money is not only the issue. For money, I could pretty much take care. They're financially taken care of. We're talking about the emotional aspect. We're talking about actually fitting the time of being a mother and raising your children while you're trying to balance an acting career, a music career, and endorsement deals and all these other things you got going on. So yeah, I definitely want to hear from y'all about the whole Jennifer Lopez situation. We go about her coming to her revelation, finally having her aha moment, as Oprah would call it, regarding her last marriage, the Ben Affleck and Mark Anthony. I kind of wish I didn't see the interview, but I really would wish that they're talking, you need to get your itch together and all this other stuff. And I'd have been like, can you elaborate a little bit more on that and stuff? But then she did say in the interview that I'll get more into a little more detail about relationship. You come over to the house, have a glass of wine, that sort of thing. So that's the only way you're gonna find out what me spilling tea. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.